But this is about your questions, not mine. So.
Oh, we don't mind.
So
Yeah.
So you're basically saying that voice acting is just not you standing still, use your voice, but you have to do like everything as well, like basically.
Sometimes I'll tell you.
You're just like acting it out as you're saying it. Like
Sometimes I know certainly on baseball show, girls' baseball show, Princess Nine, they had a rolled-up newspaper that literally, there are certain things that your body cannot accurately produce just doing it.
Yeah.
You will find that anytime I am in the studio and I have to throw a punch, I'm actually going to throw a punch as hard as I can, and have to keep my face in front of the microphone. The same with like swinging baseball bats and things. On Princess Nine, I know because Monica Rial 3 times knocked the mic stand over because they rolled up newspaper and they literally that twist and that compression on your diaphragm is a sound that you cannot completely accurately recreate.
Unless you do it.
Unless you're doing something physically that compresses your diaphragm. Another thing, and we've talked about this the last time you and I did a show, if I have to take any sort of impact, I'm going to get on the floor and do this because it'll make too much noise if I don't. You will always find me in the studio, I will raise up on my toes. So if I'm going to go, I can do that, but it doesn't sound like that. That compression on your diaphragm is a sound that you can only get by that kind of impact. You can get close, but so I always, if I have to take a punch or a hit or something, I'll always go up on my toes and drop to my heels because of what it does to your diaphragm. It produces a more, a sound that's more grounded in reality. So, but I'm kind of a madman. So.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's just the kind of methody kind of stuff that you have to do. You got to apply different acting techniques to what you do in the booth. I mean, there are many different types of acting techniques, and a lot of different actors subscribe to one type, and I don't. I try to borrow from a bunch of different types.
Whatever works best.
Whatever works best for that role or for that day or for that moment.
Yeah. You know. That's the way my mentor trained. He's like, look, learn as much as you can from as many people as you can because you never know when something someone has taught you you'll be able to use.
That's true.
Another question. That was a good question.
Anybody else? We've got like 2 hours.
We got 2 hours in this, guys.
Well, I'm also thinking like for a possible future career, I want to get into voice acting. So is there like anything I should be possibly do?
Yeah. And I figured this question would come up. There's a lot, Eric, and I have to say about this.
Oh yeah.
I will. Let me start by saying, I always believe in following your dreams. I'm a firm believer in following your dreams. But I will say this. Hang on. As I choke.
Start smoking.
Right now. No, only if you want to do my roles. Right now is the hardest time it has ever been in history. In the history of our industry to break into voice acting. Right now with all the BitTorrenting and downloading and fan subbing, work is slowing down. There's my friends in LA are hardly working outside of video games. My friends in New York are hardly working. My friends in Vancouver are hardly working. A lot of my friends in Texas are not working. I mean, 3 years ago, even as soon as 3 years ago, I was in the studio 4 to 5 days a week, minimum, 3 to 4 hours a day. Now I get in once or twice a month, maybe, sometimes less, sometimes more. And it used to be as a director, you know, God, I want to use Hillary Hay. Well, Hillary's in like 8 shows right now, and her schedule is impossible. When are we going to book her? Now, with slowdown in work, everybody's available. Almost everybody is available now, and it becomes a thing where you've got somebody, I'll use Eric. Eric records very fast, or so I've been told. I've not directed him. But you've got somebody like Eric, who is a known quantity, who records super fast and accurately. So now, studio time at the studio costs about $800 an hour. by the time you pay an engineer, pay a director, pay an actor, pay for the facility, the power to power up the machines and all of that, costs you about $800 to $1,000 an hour depending on where you are. As a producer, are you going to go with a known quantity like Eric or somebody who's never done this before?
No.
It makes sense from a producer standpoint. Now that being said, I don't crush anybody's dreams. We certainly, I mean, Micah has recently broken onto the scene. There have been people that have broken and broken in. The biggest advice I will give to you, and then I'll let my compatriot talk. Operative word in voice acting is acting. Any acting class you can take, any improvisational class you can take, any chance you get to perform as an actor, be that in school theater, community theater, local, professional, dinner, it doesn't matter. Be it getting to perform in your acting classes as much as you can get, because the thing is, now, if you get the opportunity to book an audition, you're going to get one shot. And that's it. And you better be ready, and you better have your acting chops under you, or they're going to go,